And welcome back to Fizzy's Wacky World of Wrestling. This is part 2 of 2 of a review of the Osaka Pro Wrestling Osaka Hurricane Show from July 22nd, 2012 from the Bodymaker Arena in Osaka, Japan. Our fourth match on the card is an 8-person tag team match. Kitaro, Miracle Man, Kajiro Matsuyama, and Taokita versus the Great Kabuki, Kusibo Kamen, Ebison Free, and Kunoichi Ninja Ramamu. This is one of the most spectacular 8-person tag team matches I've ever seen, for the simple reason of the hilarity of it. Kitaro and Kusibo Kamen have this lifelong feud in Osaka Pro Wrestling. But it's a very respectful feud because about 7 out of 8 of these wrestlers are comedy wrestlers. And we start off with the Great Kabuki doing his traditional ninja nunchuck entrance. And he's a legendary wrestler in Japan, being one of the great foreign wrestling heels of the 1970s and the 80s. And bringing the Asian Fist technique to the United States by blinding wrestlers with that technique and winning championships and being evil. Kabuki is a face in this match, however, as the dastardly heels of Miracle Man and his pranks, Kitaro and whatever he does. Matsuyama is a fellow Kabuki wrestler who concedes to compete with Kabuki to see who is the greater Kabuki wrestler, with a wide variety of comedic techniques, such as a prayer walk on the rope while fanning himself, with a butterfly that is on a stick and a microphone hanging above the air, and does the Kabuki chant. Taokita gets abused regularly in this matchup, from getting slammed into the turnbuckle pad to running back and forth while Ebison Free is directing traffic. Kusibo Kamen attempts to do a jumping fish splash repeatedly that misses on its first 2 attempts, but he manages to hit the 3rd time on Matsuyama. Kunoichi Ninja Ramamu isn't really noticeable in this match compared to the comedy masters, but she does her spots incredibly well. Eventually, it becomes a Kabuki duel between Matsuyama and the Great Kabuki. Unfortunately for Matsuyama, he forgot the Kabuki sprays Asian Mist. He hits the Asian Mist on Matsubara's face and proceeds to pin him for the 1-2-3 and wins the match. This was one of the funniest comedy matches that I have seen in some time. And it was just absolutely unbelievable. Every single person in this match has researched, studied, performed a routine 10,000 times to perfect it, and when they get out into the ring, every single thing in their match is perfect. It was absolutely hilarious watching the masters at work. Even the Great Kabuki was great in his role in this match, despite being in his 50s at this point. It was honestly a really great comedy match, and was by far, I think, one of the great matches on this card. It was just absolutely unbelievable. I love the bits with Kusibo Kamen and Kitaro. I also noticed the referee had a camera on his head for some bizarre reason. Which, I don't know, I guess referees in comedy matches are supposed to have cameras on their heads. You know, he also was trying to force Kitaro and Kusibo Kamen to wrestle. I think they even attempted to do some sumo wrestling at one point. Oh my god, it was just absolutely fantastic. Anyway, our next match on the card is a special 6-man tag team match. First, Tiger Mask, which means the original. Tiger's Mask, which is a mascot for the Hasshin Tigers baseball team, I believe. And Tiger Shark. How can it be a tiger and a shark at the same time? I have to wonder about that, you know. The whole, you know, biological ramifications of crossing a tiger and a shark together into one mortal man. I don't know, maybe somebody at the UN has got to look at that. And yes, I know that there is a shark species called the tiger shark. It's just, a tiger and a shark combined into a man. There's some, wacky chimera thing going on there. Anyway, they're taking on the Joker's stable, which we mentioned in the first part of this card. It's Kruger, Orochi, and Spider J. Spider J acts like a living, breathing spider. Orochi is a devious, snake-looking guy, and Kruger is his tag team partner. All three of these guys attempt to do devious things to Tiger's Mask and Tiger's Shark while trying to avoid facing off against the first Tiger Mask, because he is that good. He might be a little older, he might be a little slower, but he's absolutely fantastic in this match. Even though he's about 30 pounds heavier than the rest of the people in this match, he pulls off the moves that he does with such grace and precision. It was like, whoa, that's amazing. And he put 100% effort into this match. Mostly he faced off against Orochi and Spider J, with a few taking on Kagura a couple of times as well. Tiger's Mask was actually pretty decent in this match as well. He might be a baseball mascot, but he's really good at what he does. He pulled off all his spots really well, and Tiger Shark, for his limited amount of time he was in, was also really good. All 6 people in this match did an absolutely fantastic job. Well done, gentlemen. It was a really great grudge match, and it felt like a grudge match between these two teams. The heel team pulled their heel antics off to perfection, and the face team had enough fire to get the crowd excited. It was a well-booked, well-orchestrated match that all 6 performers have to be really proud of. Our final match on the card is the longest match of this show. It is for the Osaka Pro Singles title. Black Buffalo is the champion. Black Buffalo has been with Osaka Pro Wrestling since the beginning of the promotion. He is their longest tenured heel. He was originally based on a Japanese baseball team called the Bison Buffaloes. That's why he wears the Black Buffalo outfit, and also looks like he's a baseball player. Daisuke Harada is the ace of Osaka Pro Wrestling for the latter half of the 2000s. He also is, I think, a pretty decent junior wrestler. Now, this match goes on by far the longest. I think it's about 15 to 20 minutes out of all of the matches on this card. I personally would have cut it down to... I would have cut it 5 minutes. Because I think that this match goes on for way too long. There's a lot of rest holds, and there's a lot of, pauses in this match as I watched it. It was really fast, but also at the same time, it really felt like it went on for way too long at certain points. Everybody I know they're trying to tell a story in this match, that they're countering each other's moves and to see who can be the better wrestler, but I felt like the match dragged on for way too long. Compared to the other 5 matches on this card, this one is not as good. I also felt that there were some mistimed spots, especially when Harada almost broke Black Buffalo's neck with a turnbuckle spot. He attempts to suplex Black Buffalo into the turnbuckle, and Harada almost smashes Black Buffalo into the ring post. And Black Buffalo was very angry about that, very clearly. Harada seems a bit uncoordinated for a junior, oddly. Although both of them attempt to do the same spot, Buffalo actually does it correctly. All in all, this was a really pretty good match. It was the longest of the matches by far. There were some pretty good suplexes and various other moves in this match, but compared to the other 5 matches on this card, this main event really isn't as good as the one I did on the last episode of Fizzy's Wacky World of Wrestling. I get that they're trying to tell a story, but honestly, this match went on for way too long and didn't accomplish what it was trying to do. Black Buffalo is a great heel. Harara's... I don't know, he just seems uncoordinated to me. Watching his match. I would have preferred if Black Buffalo actually won the title, kept the title here, actually. Harara wins after a long and grueling match in which both competitors go to their absolute limit. Harara eventually wins the match by, let's see here. Harara eventually wins the match by ducking Black Buffalo and hitting a lariat on Black Buffalo. He then moves Black Buffalo into position for a German suplex for the 1-2-3. But he only gets a 2 count in this case. Harara goes for a desperation maneuver. He's gearing himself up for the babyface finish. He screams into the air, or he's obviously very angry that this match has gone on for so long, pushes Black Buffalo into the turnbuckle, does a charging forearm smash, does another lariat attempt, punches him with a discus punch, then hits another German suplex, which Black Buffalo counters. Hara does a diving knee kick, and then pulls another German suplex out of his hat, and pins him officially for the 1-2-3. That was a really good finishing sequence for this match, but, like I said, I felt like the match went on for way too long, and it could have been done in a shorter time. I think this match went on for almost 20 plus minutes, which, like I said, is very long. Apart from the main event being a little too long, I thought that the rest of this show was absolutely fantastic. All of the tag team matches on this card were excellent, and I would really recommend that you watch this show. All in all, I give this show an A-. All 5 matches on the card, apart from the main event, were excellent to really great. But the main event deducts it a little bit of points because of how long it went. I think it went almost 29 minutes and 52 seconds, actually. Black Buffalo, like I said, is a really great heel, but I don't think he should be in longer matches like this considering he's in his late 30s. Harara is missing something. I don't know what it is yet, but he seems to lack a bit of charisma. But all in all, this was a really solid, really well put together show. And like I said, go and watch it. It's really great. I'm 14 Fitzpatrick, and this has been Fizzy's Wacky World of Wrestling. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm signing off.